Hello, Internet. It's been a while, hasn't it? In case you've forgotten, it's me, Harley, the guy who's going to go through and play every Final Fantasy game in order. And I've been away for a while, but cutting straight to the chase, I am back now, and I'm very excited to be playing Final Fantasy. And in fact, I played some Final Fantasy, and I've already recorded some episodes that are going to be going up very, very soon. In fact, the same exact time this video goes out. And yeah, just doing better, and just posting out some videos and getting back into it. I hopefully can speed up the way I play through games, and can actually start getting through more Final Fantasy games in a faster pace, and posting videos more often. But we'll see. Right now, I'm just getting back onto the old routine of posting videos. I mean, that's about the short of it. The longer is, I just want to summarize that, for anyone who's not super curious why I disappeared or where I've been or what's been going on, I'm just back. You don't need to worry about that. For those who are curious, a lot of stuff went down over the past year and a half. That's been since I've done my last video. In fact, I actually had an episode recorded and ready to go all out. Just needed a title and then hit submit, and I just, for about a year and a half, never posted it and never got around to recording. But let's jump back to, so back where my last video came off, I was not in an amazing living situation. Money was kind of tight, and I was working a lot, and I was very tired, which was understandable why I wasn't, playing all the Final Fantasy games in order every single night and posting to YouTube, because it's just a hobby. I'm not making money off this channel, that's for sure. In fact, I've lost money on this channel. Those graphics cards aren't cheap. But, regardless, I was feeling very tired most days, and I was never in a good enough mood to play Final Fantasy. And eventually, things just started to get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and episodes were coming out longer and longer in between. And I'll be fair, I mean, I didn't have the best upload schedule for the first Final Fantasy game when I was playing that either. Those had long pauses in between episodes as well. And as I have discovered now, ever since the age of my teen years, I have been on and off dealing with what is a mild sort of depression, which for me specifically affects productivity. Which is to say, the thing that stops me from making videos is how I wake up a day and then struggle so much to just get out of bed and get going and do the requirements of the day, that by the end of the day, when I'm able to actually do things on myself or work on any of my projects, I have zero motivation, zero energy. I feel pressed. I feel depressed, It's just down. I can't do it. It's like I have tried in the past when I'm in a mood like that to record an episode, and I just stop like 5 minutes in because I'm like, this is terrible. I can barely do this. It's bad. I thought I just was a person who lacked motivation, and that was just a normal thing. But after things that went down later in 2019 and going into 2020, I eventually did go and speak to a therapist, and they were like, ooh, okay, so I know some other stuff that's going in your life is making you want to come and talk to a therapist, but I do also think that you probably have had depression since you were a teenager or so. The only difference is that back then I operated on a scale of 10, 0 being nothing, 10 being like very, 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 very bad. I was operating at like a 3. And then some days it'd be a 4, maybe a 5, I lived in that range, which is not great for productivity. And of course it's even harder when you're in a rougher financial situation, and things definitely were setting back the channel. But then comes around late 2019, me and the rest of my family were absolutely blindsided by a immediate accidental death of a very close family member who died in an accident, and really shook up just everything. And I don't want to go too much into how everything was going through that. And honestly, most of that time period, I almost barely remember the days that were going by in that time period. Everything was awful. It was as bad as it's ever been. And that is the reason why I then wanted to go and talk to a therapist, which then revealed some truths about myself about growing up, given my lack of productivity. But just trying to get through. Then all the stuff in 2020 went down. We got hit with a pandemic, which then also slowed things down because we were just kind of starting to get things back together, starting to figure out our lives again. And then, everyone got hit by something very, very, very bad. By this point, the channel had almost not had a video updated in like a year. And the thing is like, I was like, I can be aware of depression and things and aware of it, but it's just because you're aware of it doesn't immediately make it better. It was hard to try and start it. It was like an immense hurdle to try and restart it, because every day I didn't do it got harder to restart the channel, but easier to just not do it. And there was many points where I thought of just dropping the channel altogether, until I eventually, I just had to keep saying it. I literally took 4 or 5 months of telling everyone, I'm going to start my channel soon. I'm restarting my channel soon. Alright, here I go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to restart my channel soon. And it was the smallest baby steps you could ever see to try and get the channel going again. I eventually was able to convince myself to sit down and record an episode, and I was horribly nervous of it. So I sat down, I did it, I recorded, and about 2 or 3 minutes into it, all that worry was gone. It was just like before, and I was having a ton of fun playing Final Fantasy. It was good. And I'm doing better now that we are coming into 2021. Things are shaping up a lot better for everyone, which does include myself, because now things are getting better, and I'm excited to do Final Fantasy again. And maybe this video is a bit rambling, or maybe too much of a personal look into my own life, but I don't know. I just felt like I had an explanation to give, and in case if anyone in the future comes along and sees this giant time gap of a year and a half between videos, then this is here to just kind of check in on that. And it's like a little mental check-in video, I suppose. But in summary, I am back on the train of doing videos again, and I'm very excited to get back to playing them, and I'm doing much better now. And I mean, it's something I have to be aware of. Sometimes, like, want to record a Final Fantasy video, but I sit down and I'm just like, I can't right now. But I've been able to work with it, and I've been able to, be aware, and now I have been able to record some videos, and I want to do some more, and I want to get back into it, because Final Fantasy is so good. I am a year and a half away from when I first completed Final Fantasy 1 for the NES, and I am, like, nostalgic for that game. That game was so much fun, and that whole adventure going through playing the first game is something that I want to experience over and over and over again. So I'm going to keep playing Final Fantasy games, but of course there will be probably times where I will go spans without posting videos and then hop back on and post a bunch of videos. I was never best at scheduling when videos need to go out. So while my release schedule might be hectic and all over the place, I'm excited to just hop on again, and I appreciate tremendously all the people who are watching my videos. I don't know what the reception's going to be when I restart. I don't know how many people have left, if anyone even remembers the channel. But for the few people who have been watching all the way through from the first game, and to everyone who's ever left comments, like, I highly appreciate it. And I almost teared up when I logged into the channel for the first time in about a year, and I saw those comments on the video being like, oh no, I guess he gave up on the channel. I guess he's gone. Oh man, I hope he does come back one day. Like that was a lot. That was really meaningful to me, and one of the reasons why I was able to get back on the train and play some Final Fantasy. So look forward to some new episodes coming soon. I'm not even sure how to end a rambling sort of video like this, so I guess I'll just say I can't wait to see you all again after all this time in the next video. Bye.